I'd like to call the July 27, 2020 meeting of the LNA Committee to order. I'd ask that we say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United
States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, do we have Madam Clerk?
Yes.
Hi. Oh, there you are, Margaret. Sorry, I didn't see you. Would you call the roll, please?
Sure. Jason Marsh.
Here.
Thomas Whitmore.
Here.
Ashley Gaudiano.
Here.
Eric Paulson.
Here.
Carl Massaro.
Here.
Steve Lemoyne.
Here.
Joy Colon.
Here.
And Tony Cinto. Tony, you're muted. I can see him. I'm putting him down as present.
All right, very good. Why don't we jump right in? Mr. Whitmore, would you please bring resolution TC 28-89 to the floor? You're muted, Tom. Still muted.
Jason, I'm happy to take this one for Tom if it's helpful.
Why don't you pinch hit, Ashley? We'll get Tom on.
We'll bump Tom on the next one.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Resolution TC 28-89, be it resolved that the Town Council of the Town of Trumbull hereby approves as amended proposals for a revision of the charter of the town as provided and permitted by the Connecticut General Statutes Section 7-191 and the Charter of the Town of Trumbull, and be it further resolved that the questions of having a general charter revision shall be submitted to the electors of the Town of Trumbull for adoption or rejection at the state and federal elections scheduled for the 3rd day of November 2020, and be it further resolved that the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to give such notice as required by law of such ballot questions at the state and federal election and of the registration of electors entitled to participate therein.
We have a second.
Second, Joy Colon.
Thank you, Joy. Is there any discussion? We met with the Charter Revision Committee on Wednesday of last week, the 22nd, and heard their revisions to their final report. And unless anyone has discussion, I would take a motion to pass the resolution without recommendation onto the full council where we can continue having discussion there.
So moved.
So moved.
Hey, Jason, I just have one question, Jason, if you don't mind. It's Tony.
Tony.
After we spoke to them, they met. Did they make any additional changes or they just pass up what we talked about? As far as
I have not been advised that any changes have been made, and I don't think anything has been submitted. So as far as I know, what we are passing without recommendation of the council is the final report that was submitted on Wednesday, the 22nd at the special meeting.
Okay.
Let me stand corrected. This is Dan Shopik. I think there were a few minor changes that were made in the final report.
Was there something circulated? I didn't see anything.
What you
There
received,
was.
what you received is the final report.
Okay.
There was something
Margaret sent
circulated
you the other day,
today.
today.
Yes. We sent it out today.
Okay. I did not see that.
And I didn't get a chance. I saw it, but I didn't get, I just got home too late. I didn't get a chance to look at that. Yeah, so.
Is there somebody on the call here who can summarize what the changes were? I'm assuming they were non-substantive.
Bill, can you add Kate Donahue? She has her hand raised. Thank you.
Ms. Donahue, would you just state your name for the record, please, before you speak?
Sure. Kate Donahue, Chairman of the Charter Revision Commission 2020. The only things beyond what we discussed. We didn't add anything or change anything beyond what we discussed at the meeting, but there was one item that wasn't on our list of recommendations that you guys saw, which, oh my God, who brought it up at the end?
Steve Lemoyne.
Steve Lemoyne, yes, brought up about adding a line into the Commission on Aging that we had in the Youth Commission. So that was the only additional change we made beyond the list that we sent you.
We call it the Lemoyne Amendment.
The Lemoyne Amendment, yes.
Okay. Does anyone have any discussion or comments about what we are voting to pass without recommendation to the council? We have a motion and a second, so I would call for a vote on, do we need to take a roll? Well, let me ask, do we need to take, do we have a unanimous vote on this? Anyone opposed to passing without recommendation?
Unanimous consent.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Whitmore, are you ready?
I believe so.
All right, well, Councilman Whitmore, would you please bring resolution TC 28-90 to the floor?
Pulling it right up. Here we go. Resolution TC 28-90. Be it resolved and ordained that Chapter 9, Health and Sanitation, Section 9-3 of the Trumbull Municipal Code, as established by the Town Council, last amended as TC 27-65 on June 4th, 2018, be and the same, is hereby repealed and replaced with the ordinance attached hereto. Full ordinance attached.
Do I have a second?
Second, Joy Cologne.
Thank you, Ms. Cologne. We have Ms. Bango here, who is our health director, to speak to the repeal and replacement of the ordinance. And as I understand it, this is repealing and replacing with an ordinance to comply with revised state statutes, correct?
Correct. So Public Act 19-117 changed some of the requirements for estheticians, eyelash technicians, and nail technicians in the state. They're now requiring that they're licensed. So for that reason, we had to change the ordinance, add that language in.
And does the language that was added, I know there's a whole bunch of definitions that were added. I'm assuming these mirror those in the new state statute?
That's correct.
Okay. Anyone have questions or comments regarding the revised statute? Okay. Seeing none, I will call for a vote. All in favor? Or do we have unanimous consent? Let's put it that way.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then we have unanimous
Yes.
consent. Thank you, Ms. Bango, for joining us this evening. We're all set.
All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay. Councilman Paulson, would you please bring resolution TC 28-93 to the floor?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Resolution TC 28-93. Be it resolved and ordained that in accordance with Section 9-169 of the General Statutes of the State of Connecticut, Chapter 6, Section 6-1 of the Trumbull Town Code is hereby amended by redividing the town of Trumbull into 7 voting districts. Said districts shall be divided in accordance with the metes and bounds description attached hereto. Said revised voting district shall be effective commencing with the town election in November 2021.
Do I have a second? Thank
Joy.
you. Thank you, Ms. Gaudiano. She beat you to it, Ms. Cologne. Is there discussion? Okay, no discussion. I will call for a vote. Ms. Gaudiano.
I was going to make a motion to pass without recommendation to the full council.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second, Joy
Second.
Cologne.
Okay, all in favor of passing resolution TC 28-93 without recommendation to the council? Do we have unanimous consent?
Yes.
Very well. So we are, that passes unanimously. We have concluded our agenda. Is there any new business? Okay, with that, I'd take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Tom Whitmire.
Second,
Second, Joy Cologne.
Mr. Lemoyne.
Yes.
All in favor? I think we have unanimous consent for that, so
Aye.
we are adjourned.
Aye.